Hey girls, welcome to week 3, workout number 3. Start our warm up with some jumping jacks. Good form, good range of motion. Next, we're going to do our inverted Spider-Man. So you're going to go into that lunge position and then push your hips towards the ceiling, getting that leg as straight as you can, pushing deeper into that heel every time. You're going to do the same number of reps on each side. This is going to be a good stretch if you're sore, and it's really going to help get those hamstrings and thighs firing. Next, we go into our lateral lunges with a high knee. Advanced, I really want you to work on using that core to pull your knee up nice and high. If you still don't feel comfortable bringing your knee all the way up to your elbow, just try and get it slightly off the ground or just step in. From here, we go into our kick up. So you're going to go all the way down. You're going to tuck that pelvis up and under. You're going to kick just like you were going to do a handstand. Use your core for balance. Try and get higher off the ground each time. If you're doing 12 reps, you do 6 on each leg. This is going to be the only exception for that, just because it's a lot on your upper body. Any momentum off the ground is better than none. Obviously working to get vertical. Next here, your last part of your warm-up is going to be push-ups. Body's nice and flat, taking everything down. Feet are together, up on those toes. From here, we go into our first circuit. We have squatted curl to burpee. So you're going to drop down into that squat position, do a curl, and jump out. You're staying squatted for every rep. This is really going to work your whole body, and you have to use your core to maintain that position and work your legs to a greater range of motion. If for some reason you don't feel comfortable jumping back, you can step back, and if for the beginner, if you don't want to use weight, drop the weight. From here, your second exercise is going to be your squat to press. So feet a little bit wider than hip distance, toes slightly turned out, weights facing forward. There we go. You're going to squat down and press on the way up, coming all the way through with those hips, getting your ugly butt squeeze at the top. Press. Down and press. Same thing, if you don't feel comfortable using the weight, drop the weight, go from there. Last part of this circuit is going to be your push-ups. Sorry, you're going to see a lot of me pulling these shorts out of my hoo-ha today because they are not made for girls with thick thighs, obviously. So tuck that body up and under, back's nice and flat, do your reps. Work that upper body, full body work as well, having to use your core to hold your position. This is a amazing full body exercise. You can always do these on your knees as well. Next, you're going to need a box, a step. The height is going to be up to your discretion. You're going to put the weight on your back if you're using weight for the beginner or for the moderate to advanced, and you're going to do step up. So you're going to step up on each leg doing your number of reps. So if you're doing 12 reps, you're going to do 12 on this leg, and then you're going to do 12 deadlifts before you do the other leg. So, slight bend in those knees, pull that belly button in so your back is nice and flat. You want to keep the weight close to your body. Hinging back and pull forward with the hinge. The movement should not come from your upper body. You're moving this weight from hinging forward and throwing your hips forward. This should work your hamstrings and your glutes. If you're feeling this in your lower back, you need to bend your knees a little bit more and hinge back, pull that belly button in, and keep that weight closer to your body. And roll your shoulders back because that's going to keep you from getting that arch in your back. Going to do 12 of these here. Then you're going to switch back to the other leg and do your step ups there. And then you have another set of deadlifts at the end. So you're doing 2 sets of deadlifts per round. Make sure you're pushing through that heel, bringing that knee up. All the weight should be pushed through that leg that is elevated. Don't push off with the leg behind you. Drop that weight back in front of you, bend those knees, hinge forward. You have your deadlifts. If you aren't feeling comfortable yet with the weight, doing this movement without weight is still going to do incredible work for your glutes and your hamstrings. From here, you're going to drop down on that step or box, whatever you're using, and you are going to do commandos. So you're going to go down onto those elbows. You'll notice here I start down with my right elbow, and I'm going to do, if I'm doing 12 reps, I'm going to do 12 this way, and then I'm going to switch and start with my left elbow so you get both sides. Goal here is keep that back nice and flat. Pelvis is tucked up and under, and you're using that core. You don't want to wiggle too much in your hips. Third circuit, you have push up, step over, push up and over, up and over. You can do this without the weight as well. You can hold a weight right in between and press up. Big thing here is when you step down, throw your weight back and not forward. Keeping those knuckles pressed forward. Then you're going to drop that weight. We're going to grab our dumbbells. We're going back to that inverted plank position, tucking our pelvis, and we're going to do our rows here. Same thing, we don't want to get a twist of our middle torso, or our torso, not our middle torso. We only have one. And really work on engaging your back and your core. Last but certainly not least, in circuit number 3, we are going to do our box squat jumps. So you're going to straddle the box, squat down, jump up. The size and the level of the box, if you don't feel comfortable doing the box, you're just going to do this without the box and do your squat jump. So it's narrow and out, narrow